Hello my loves, it is actually now several weeks since this vlog was filmed, but I wanted to pop in and give you guys a little bit more context because I never intended for this video to be a two-part series. So this video kind of starts abruptly without much context as to what the hell is going on. But essentially this video is just part two of setting up and launching my virtual assistant business specifically for health and fitness coaches. If you have not already, go and watch part one, which is on my channel. In that one, I talk a little bit more about my past, why I'm doing this, and then run you guys through a bunch of the behind the scenes of setting up the business. In this part, it is also going to be some of the behind the scenes of setting up the business, but then I also take you guys through the behind the scenes of launch day. So if you want a little bit more context, just make sure you go and watch part one first. I will link that one up the top for you, but if you've already watched part one, then I hope you enjoy. Okay, 3 days, Sunday, Monday, yeah. 3 days until business launch. A little bit scary, also extremely exciting. I think I have got the big bulk of what I need to get done. There's just, yeah, a few little things that I can do as time goes on after I have got it launched. So I've got my website up and ready to go, got all of my packaging info on there. I've got how I'm gonna get paid and everything around that set up. I've got my scheduling software so that people can actually book in calls with me, forms so that people can inquire to work with me, and then an onboarding form for once that people actually start working with me. So I've got the basics down pat. I'm pretty much ready to go. I think what I want to do now, I've kind of been going back and forth with the idea of how sorry, don't mind my tripod chilling in the background there. I've kind of gone back and forth on how I want to house everything with my clients, all the tasks that need to get done, all the information, etc. I think what I've landed on is I want to create a client portal within Notion, and it'll have like basically everything that they need in the one spot. It'll like link out to all the different onboarding forms that they need to do. It'll link to like a welcome guide on how everything will work. I can add like a project manager in there so that they can like pop everything that they need to get done, and then I can jump in and see what they need to get done. Probably a few other things, I'm not entirely sure. I've never like really built out anything like this in Notion before, so I'm just sort of toying around with the idea at the moment. It's not fully set in stone yet, but I think I'm gonna spend the rest of the afternoon now. It's 1:30, so I've got 2.5 hours until 4 o'clock when I need to go take my doggy for a walk and stuff like that. So I think I'm just gonna sit down and sort of play around with that now and see what I can come up with. All right, it's like 2 hours later. I've been spending the last couple hours working on doing, number one, a client tracker for me. So somewhere where I can keep track of all of my clients, their business name, the package they're on, their prices, start date, invoice status, and then a few different things that I do as part of their onboarding over here. And I can just like select contract sent or whatever it is so that I just like know where everything is up to. And then from here, this directly links into every time I add a new client. Let's see, sorry, I don't know if I'm holding my camera very steady, hopefully you can see this. Client B, I can add that on. I used Google to like figure out how the fuck to do this because I kind of was clueless. And then when I add a new client, it'll automatically create a new client portal space for them. And you open this up, and then, so yeah, like every client that I add will have a space like this. So I'll obviously go through and I'll edit that to have their name there. And then there's a whole bunch of things on here. So it'll have like their onboarding checklist. So this is for them. So when they start working with me, they can go through and be like, okay, these are all of the things that I need to do. And then there's like a task section there that we can both see so that they can add anything onto here that they want to delegate to me. And then like a project section for things that I might be helping them with. There's a client tracker for them and their clients, and then I want to make like a branding page here. I still need to finish filling this out so that they can like upload their logo here, their fonts that they use, their brand colors, etc., so that everything is kind of just all in the one place. I think there's like a whole bunch of other things that I still want to add to this little client portal, but that's kind of just the base, and then I can continue to add to it as I go. I'm gonna jump into creating a welcome guide now. This will basically just be like a little PDF booklet that the clients can open up when they start working with me, and it'll just like explain how things work, explain how we communicate, explain what I can do for them, etc. Just like any questions that they may have will be in there. It'll just like help them to get clear on how things work, and then obviously help me not have to answer the same questions a million times. So I'm gonna jump in and do that now. I do have a bunch of resources that I can repurpose because when I was a PT, I spent a lot of time doing things like this for my PT business. So I already have like a welcome guide that I made when I was a PT. Obviously that's specific to my PT business, so I'm gonna have to change a lot, but I can just like repurpose it now. I can add my new branding, I can change any details in there that need to be changed. But it's kind of pretty cool that I have these resources that I already spent time on a few years ago that I can now repurpose to save myself a little bit of time. Also, I forgot to mention that this welcome guide will obviously be housed in the client portal that I was just running you through, so that kind of all I have to do when I'm onboarding a new client to make things a little bit easier for me is I can add them to Notion and share that page with them, and then they can jump in, and from there they have the link to fill out the onboarding questionnaire, they have the link to read the welcome guide and any other resources that I think of along the way that they might need access to. So I'm really trying to focus on working smarter and not necessarily harder. I do love a good system and structure to help to make your life a little bit easier, and that is kind of why I am becoming a virtual assistant, because things like putting in systems and structures and stuff like that is kind of my jam. Good morning, happy Saturday. I am all dressed up this morning and got my hair and makeup done because I'm gonna have a little content creation day today. I want to recreate the introduction video that I filmed for my Instagram last week, basically just like introducing who I am, what I do, etc. I want to refilm that because the audio on that gave me a fucking headache. I filmed it just using the audio on my camera and filmed it in this room, which doesn't have very much in it, so the audio was very echoey, and I like imported it and I was sitting there editing it and I was like, this audio is fucking horrible, and it gave me a headache while I was listening to it, and all I could think of was if someone sees that pop up on their Instagram and they listen to this audio, which is a little bit echoey, a little bit static, they're gonna be like, fuck that, and they're just gonna scroll on. So I decided to cut my losses on that one, threw that one in the bin, and I'm gonna refilm it today. I need to take a breath. It's also really fucking hot today. I need to turn the fan up. So I am going to refilm that today. This time I'm going to use this microphone that my brother got me a couple years ago. I can't plug it into my camera because my camera doesn't have like a pluggy itty bitty for microphones, so I can't plug it into my camera. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into my phone, film the audio on there, film the visual on my camera, and then put the two together in the editing process. And I'm hoping if I do that, the visual quality will be good and then the audio quality will be a lot better. So fingers crossed that works. I'm also gonna batch film a bunch of reels today. I think I have like 10 or something reels scripted and ready to film. I actually used ChatGPT for this. Absolute lifesaver. Pretty much all I did was I told ChatGPT the like framework that I want to follow with my content. I told it all of the different tips and tricks for creating content that converts and content strategies and etc. All of the stuff that I have learnt from people like Riley and podcasts and everything like that. I told ChatGPT all of that, and then I said, keeping that in mind, can you give me a bunch of ideas for reels? And then it spat out like a whole bunch of reel ideas at me. I chose the ones that I liked, and then I said, can you create a rough script for these ones that I liked? And it did. It gave me a script. I obviously tweaked it a little bit because I wanted to make sure it sounded more like me and I didn't sound like a fucking robot. But yeah, so I did that, and I've got all of the scripts in my phone, and it literally took me maybe like 15 minutes to script out like 4 weeks worth of reels for my Instagram. So today I'm going to just sit down and batch film a bunch of those. I'm probably gonna obviously change outfits a couple times so that it doesn't look really obvious that they were all filmed at the same time. But this is just one of the little things that I'm going to be doing to work smarter, not harder, so that all I have to do is do my makeup and get ready on one day, film a bunch of shit, and then I have all of my content ready to go for the next couple weeks. So I'm going to film it in this room again. Last time I filmed everything on that wall and this wall, but this time I want to film it on this wall because the window for this room is directly behind you, so I want to go on this wall so that I don't have any weird shadows or anything coming from either side. I just want the light from this window shining directly on me. So I'm obviously going to need to quickly rearrange this room a little bit. Alright, I've got my mic on and then I've got the wire like threaded. And then I've got that coming around here, coming out threaded through my belt loop here. And then I can plug this into my phone and then either like sit my phone behind me or put it in my back pocket or something. But I just want to test the audio out real quick. Testing, testing. Hey everyone, I'm Tegan. Alright, let's have a listen. Testing, testing. Hey everyone, I'm Tegan. Sounds pretty good to me. Aren't going to be able to see the behind the scenes of this because I need my phone for the audio. Okay, I just finished filming 1, 2, 3 reels in here on this chair in that red top. I just had a quick outfit change now, just chucked this black top on, and I'm probably going to change the location up a little bit as well. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 more reels to film today. Health and fitness coaches, can we be honest for a second? If this sounds like the support you've been craving, jump in my DMs so that we can have a chat about how I can help you. Let's make your business flow effortlessly. All right, quick lunch break. I'm having frozen pizza because I do not have the time or energy to make anything else right now. Needs more cheese. Today is launch day, baby! I'm feeling all of the feels right now. I'm feeling proud of what I've created. I'm feeling excited to get this out there in the open. I'm feeling nervous because obviously putting yourself out there always has the potential to fail. But I feel like I just have like this deep knowing that it's all gonna be okay, it's all gonna work out, and if for whatever reason this doesn't work out, then there's something better in store for me. So I'm just keeping that front of mind. So I'm just gonna sit down now and tie up a few loose ends. I still have so much within my business that I need to do, but right now I'm choosing to focus on like the foundation stuff. So the things that are an absolute must-have for like the first steps of my business. So my website, my packages, and people being able to inquire with me, those are like the foundations that I need from the get-go. So they're pretty much done. I just need to quickly check over everything, and then like I still have heaps of stuff to do around, you know, my client experience and onboarding and all of those sorts of things. But right this second, they do not need to be finalized. I'm obviously like putting my business out there today, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna get a client start with me tomorrow. I mean, you never know, don't limit yourself. But my point is that I don't need to have every single process in my business finalized right this second. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're thinking about starting a business, just fucking do it, just go for it. And you don't have to wait until you have every tiny little thing within your business finalized before you put it out there in the open. You may as well put it out there, start making content and start getting a name for yourself whilst you're finalizing the back end of things, so that by the time everything in the back end is perfect and ready to go, you're already in a bunch of people's minds and they're already thinking about working with you. So on the agenda for today, I need to finish editing the introduction video. That's the one that I'm posting today. That's how I'm launching my business. It's just like an intro video of me explaining who I am, what I do. I need to finish editing that and then write the caption for that and schedule that ready to go up tonight. And then I need to add the link to my website and the link to my inquiry form into my bio on my Instagram so that people can easily find that. And then after I've done those things, I'm just going to pretty much go over everything, just recheck over my website, recheck over my inquiry forms, go through the process that a potential client would go through just to make sure that there's no bugs or anything looks weird or anything like that. Just make sure that everything looks good, everything looks seamless. So that's my little plan for this morning. Those are my priorities for today, and if I get time, which I feel like I will, I have a whole bunch of other things that I can do in regards to, yeah, like the client onboarding process, contracts, etc. But starting from the start of the client journey, those things are my priority for today. All right, that reel is... Hello, didn't realise you were there. What are you doing? Did you want to be nice and close to Mama? He's very clingy. So that reel is done and scheduled, all ready to go at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to take a very quick break because I just need to stand up and stretch for a bit. I'm not going to put the link and stuff in my bio until a little bit closer so that I can just quickly make sure everything's looking good before I do so. So it's 2 o'clock, so 1 hour until launch. I'm acting like it's this huge launch of some huge company, but it's huge to me, okay? So 1 hour until launch. I am just on my Instagram at the moment. I've just added the links to my inquiry form and my website into my bio on Instagram, and now I'm just going to quickly go in and change my bio, because on the account at the moment it just says, like up the top you can see it says coming soon. So I'm just going to quickly go in and delete that, and then at the bottom of my bio just write a call to action, like pointing down to the link to my website so that people know that that's where to go. All right, that's done. My bio is all updated and ready to go. Side note, go give me a follow if you feel like supporting your girl. It is 3:30 and the reel is live, which means the business is live. All of the hard work and time and dedication that I have put into building this business over the last month or so is now finally coming to fruition, and it's crazy but also so fucking amazing. This, you know, new business that I'm launching is probably going to be a huge fucking chunk of my life, and I feel so passionate about this and dedicated, and I am going to do whatever I can to make this work. This business is going to be my little baby, and I, you know, finally feel like I'm stepping into my power and, you know, like utilizing my strengths in this business, like admin and systems and organizing and stuff like that, are something that are definitely a big strength of mine, and I've never really been able to fully play into that in the work that I've done. So yeah, I am just so excited for this next little adventure, and I hope you guys are looking forward to coming along on this little adventure with me as well, seeing some behind the scenes. I hope you enjoyed seeing... My camera battery just died, but I'm back. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along on the behind the scenes and kind of seeing roughly what it's like to set up a small business. Obviously this is very different to setting up like a big business with employees and a shop front or whatever, but it is a business nonetheless. So I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit what it's like. If you are interested in seeing a little bit more of the behind the scenes of being a sole trader and running a small business, then make sure to let me know if there is anything in particular you would like to see, if there's any questions or anything that you have. Also pop those in the comments and let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for the past week or so. I can't wait to bring you along in this next little chapter of my life. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video.